From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. I'm not at the bar, but I'm on the couch, and we're talking baseball this time around. Up in New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey, head baseball coach at St. Peter's University, Grant Neary, joins me in The Horse's Mouth. Coach, how you doing? Great to have you.
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's great to have you. So what's it like coaching major baseball at St. Peter's, man? What's that like?
It's been a whirlwind this summer trying to get everything going. We brought in 33 players this year. It was kind of an overhaul of the program, so it's been a lot of work. But we're glad to get ourselves started. We start practicing tomorrow, so I think everyone's definitely looking forward to getting rolling.
Absolutely, man. Well, best of luck with that. Do you guys deal with the portal? Does that even factor in?
We do, yeah.
It does.
Yeah, we have about 4 or 5. We have 5 guys. Excuse me. We have 5 guys that we got this year from the portal. So we do deal with some portal players. Absolutely, it's become a little bit of a different animal with college sports in the portal. So it's good and bad, I guess you could say, but it's definitely something that's here to stay, I think. So you kind of have to adjust to
it. You gotta have resources for that, don't you, Coach? I mean, you gotta allocate somebody. Hey, you're gonna be the portal scout or whatever. Looking for guys that are gonna be available, that are looking for a new home. I mean, that's a full-time gig, right, for somebody.
It can be very overwhelming, especially when they have the opening date of the portal, because you get inundated with players hitting the portal, and then you get inundated with kids emailing you about transferring to your school. So it becomes it can be all encompassing for a period of time there, definitely, to make sure that you're staying on top of anyone who's entering the portal who could be a potential player for you.
We didn't have the portal. I played ball at Boston College football, but we didn't. There was no portal. I mean, I'm for it. I just don't. Multiple. You should be able to enter the portal once, I think. If you go to another school, some 2, 3, 4 times. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm down with that. How do you feel about that, Coach?
I think you like to have guys who are going to be there, whether it's for 4 years, or if you get a transfer from, say, a junior college, there for 2 years to complete their degree. I think that's probably best case scenario. But I mean, with the way it is now, it's almost, for a lot of these bigger schools, it's like free agency. The kid has a good year at a smaller program like us, puts up good numbers, and all of a sudden now he's playing in the ACC or the SEC or the Pac-12, wherever it is, one of these Power 5 conferences. And you kind of develop the kid and recruited them to your school and saw something in them, and all of a sudden they're playing on TV every day. So it's, it's here to stay, but it's one of those things that it's a challenge. It's almost like you have to re-recruit your team every year.
Yeah, man, that's a lot to manage. That'd keep me up at night. That's for sure. What about NIL money, Coach? Is that at St. Peter's? You guys deal with that? What's the latest on that?
It really, for us, I don't think it's really leaked into mid-major baseball where we are just yet. I think it's more so in your Power 5 conferences, to where they have the donors and the money available for NIL money. We have sometimes it's like a batting glove company will give kids batting gloves, and you have to post on social media, and that's part of your NIL deal.
Gotcha.
So it's more so things like that kind of trickle into our level of athletics, as opposed to the big time dollars that kids are getting, which are almost offsetting scholarships. It's like you have every single kid on your roster. In baseball, you only have 11.7 scholarships at the Division I level for 20. Well, it's 32 players now, but you can carry up to 40. So that's a way for some of these bigger schools that have money to essentially every kid's on money. When it almost becomes a little bit of it's the haves versus the have-nots in some areas like that also.
Coach, I've often wondered, when do you know to pull the pitcher, other than he's getting shellacked, you know what I mean? And maybe pitch count, But when do you, like, is it your gut? Like, you're like, all right, I just got to get this kid out of here. Or maybe somebody in the bullpen matches up. Like, how do you know when you know?
Yeah, a lot of it's matchups. A lot of it's, you can see, if you see dips in velocity, sharpness of some of their off-speed pitches, like if it's not as sharp, things like that. You know, you see a kid starting to fatigue. Maybe their mechanics are breaking down a little bit in terms of, you know, now they're not getting into the lower half as much because they're a little fatigued in the lower body. You know, I think there's some certain telltale signs. Sometimes you just see it on a kid's face. You know, like you can read their body language type of a deal. And, you know, so I think there's a number of things that do come into play when you look at, you know, when is it time? You know, as opposed like you said, a kid's getting shelled. Yeah, it's time. But I mean, there's other things that go into play as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the legs go. When they go, the mind goes, everything goes, no doubt. All right, Coach, as we wrap up, what can people expect from the St. Peter's baseball team this year? What are we thinking?
We're going to be a different program this year. Like I said, we've kind of done a facelift here.
Yep.
And with as many new players as we had, and you know, we've brought in some high quality players. I think both freshmen and transfers, to where it's going to be a different look. And it's something that's exciting, I think, for everyone because it's going to be a different look. For me, it can keep me up at night because I'm worried about trying to make everyone gel. You know, obviously having that many new players, but you know, the competitiveness will definitely be higher when you have that many guys who can, you know, play at a high level. You know, it's going to just make our practices that much more competitive. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to, is seeing the competitiveness at practice there.
Yeah, that's great, man. Nothing better than getting your team together, having the right guys, and then going out and playing a great game. I'm sure that gives you a lot of joy and a lot of purpose in life. That's awesome.
No doubt. Yeah, looking forward to it, definitely.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for your time, man. Really appreciate you joining me here on the Horse's Mouth. All the best this season.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, you got it. All right, that's Grant Neary from St. Peter's University's baseball program. Great to have him on, and everybody else that comes on the Horse's Mouth. Want to thank Attic Sportswear for sponsoring this segment, and we'll see you next time. So be safe and stay cool, and we'll check you out right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Hey, Tom McManus here with Carpet Man Flooring. Wow, warehouses the size of football fields filled with rolls of carpet and LVP. That's luxury vinyl planking.
LVP.
Carpet Man's LVP.
Carpet Man.
Carpet Man's
LVP.
The luxury beneath your feet.
Our prices, they can't be beat.
LVP.
Carpet Man's LVP. Carpet Man Flooring, your hometown flooring store.